Good morning. Thanks for joining me at Coffee with Kory. I got just enough time to grab some coffee with you guys before I take off. Jossie and I are leaving for Florida. We're just going down for the weekend. From what we've seen from pictures, we've got some yard cleanup to do. So it's gonna be a busy few days. As Jossie told me, she's like, Kory, you're not gonna be able to just be driving around, doing fun stuff the whole time we're there. We gotta do some work while we're there this time. So we'll see how that turns out. I'm hopeful that we can get it all looking good. It's, like I said, it's just gonna be a couple day trip. So we'll be back early next week. Before I left, I wanna have a little bit of fun. You know, on Coffee with Kory, we talk so many times about inspirational items, things that are near and dear to my heart, and the people and places that have molded my life, and that's wonderful. I love that, but I also love to have a little fun, and today we're gonna do it. It started this week with a few of you guys sent me the clip of Snoop Dogg's guest weather forecast with Al Roker, because as you might guess, he highlighted my hometown, Blunt, South Dakota.
Let me get this weather together real quick. Al, it's 57 degrees in Mary Jane Falls, Nevada?
That's right.
And then I heard it was gonna be 56 degrees in Stoner, Colorado.
That's right.
But my favorite is when it's nice, hot, and misty outside, 84 degrees in Blunt, South Dakota.
That's right.
Sliding on down to this.
It was funny, and this is my appeal to Snoop. If you'd like to join me on Coffee with Kory, we will go to Blunt, South Dakota. We'll sit on the post office steps where my buddies and I used to have a few beverages on the weekend nights. And Snoop, you can do whatever you want, smoke whatever you want. I will be sticking with beer. But if you'd like to join me on Coffee with Kory, here's your invitation. The other thing that I've been thinking about this since probably a month or two ago, we were talking about some video shoots that we're doing, and Nikki inserted some outtakes, some funny clips from the recordings that day. And as soon as we did that on Coffee with Kory, I'm thinking in my mind about this clip that my good friends at Mud Mile, Nate and Joe, put together for me, and it was born out of a commercial shoot over 10 years ago. And I think Nikki will probably play this commercial to set this up for you.
I love you, but what are we gonna do with all this stuff?
Oh yeah, our apartment isn't that big.
940-5544.
Hey Kory, we need to buy our first house.
Piece of cake. We've got the perfect house that will give you the space you're gonna need.
When life happens, call our team at the Kory Davis Experience. You know the number. It was probably, that commercial was like the height of when we were really trying to push the office phone number and the jingle, and I think we've done an okay job with that. And so, you know, as we did that day, we recorded that commercial, and then after that, we went and did what are called green screen shots. So if you noticed at the end of that commercial, it was everybody on the team at that time, you know, kind of like in a little bit of a live action moment rather than just a still shot. And so we all had to go to this place and do these pictures in front of the green screen. So there was a fair bit of horsing around there as well. And also just a long day of shooting that commercial with those two young kids that supposedly were getting married. That still makes me laugh because they looked like they were fresh off the senior prom. But nonetheless, it was a fun day, and we had a lot of laughs. And then I think it was a day or two later, I text Nate and I'm like, hey, could you send me some of the outtakes from our recordings that day? And he sends me this. Now, after you've seen that, I'm sure some of you guys are doing this whole deal like, oh, Davis, why'd you put that out for everybody to see? Some of you are maybe sitting there with your mouth open, just like, oh, I can't believe what I just saw. But nonetheless, I thought it was time to get that out to the public. I've been sitting on that thing for over 10 years, and I remember when Nate sent it to me, I laughed and laughed. And you know, there's a lot of times in life where you can use a good chuckle, and so hopefully I've still got a real estate practice to come back to after that little short gets out to everybody here on Coffee with Kory. But I wanted to send it out to everybody and share it with you. I've learned through life one thing, that you need to be able to laugh at yourself and enjoy the times when you know you're kind of the reason that people are laughing, and so I'm okay with that. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm hopeful that you enjoy your week, and we will see you again next time on Coffee with Kory.